Hey friends, and welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of FDF. What is FDF? It's the fears, frustrations, and the desires, or frustrations, desires, and fears within the selling process that sellers experience. So let's talk about negotiating offers with buyers. The reason that can be frustration is the timeline. Does this buyer need to close within 30 days? Or is he willing to work with the seller, especially if they have a contingent offer? What does contingent offer mean? That the seller may have to buy another home in order to sell his. So they want to be able to move from their primary home into their new home. That can be done. It could be a lengthier process, somewhere between 60, maybe 90 days. It just depends on the market and the inventory. Desire is getting multiple offers. What seller would not love a multiple offer situation? Why? Because in the end, they're going to get probably the highest, the strongest offer and the strongest buyer. Sometimes the price is not the best offer. You got to look at other key points, such as the strength of the buyer to be able to close, the ability for that buyer to be able to close within the seller's time frame. That's of course if it is going with a contingent offer. And lastly, the fear of a buyer backing out in the middle of the escrow process. That has happened, and a couple of reasons why that may happen is usually they did a home inspection, there was issues with the property, and those can be negotiated with the seller as well. But sometimes it's just the fear that the buyer has that it might be too much, especially the first-time buyers. Usually upgrade buyers or people that have been in the market before, they understand what a roof repair versus replacing the whole roof is. So always get, as a buyer, get a second opinion with that, person that specializes, whether it's plumbing, electrical, or a roofer. You don't just want to go with what the home inspector says, because it may not be as difficult as you may think as a buyer. So that's a big frustration and a fear, I should say. That's a fear that a seller experiences, is having the buyer back out. And it, like I said, it has happened. That whole process just cancel out completely. Then you have to remarket the property again. Then you end up getting another buyer. So it's got its, pros and cons as well. But there you have it. That's part 2 of FDF, frustrations, desires, and fears. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.